Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 9.
Nine, yeah, number
Yeah,
nine.
of the Microphone Club. Today
Yeah,
is going to be our Christmas episode. Malachi is in the Christmas spirit, clearly.
yeah, you got it right here.
Um, but
For those of
yeah,
you watching on YouTube,
yeah,
because we have it on most of our lists come from Spotify, but we also have it on YouTube as well. You can see like our video of us
yeah.
filling our rooms while we talk about it. It's pretty cool. The Christmas sweater going, so yeah,
Malachi's got his Christmas sweater. Um, all
yeah.
the Santa hats I have are too small for my head and my hair, so I cannot wear one today. But you know, we're holly and jolly today on this Christmas themed episode, and we have a couple cool things lined up for you. But we're gonna start with the news, as we always do in the beginning of all our podcasts. Not much over the past week, if we're being honest.
Mm.
But we'll start. So, Playboi Carti has been in the news a lot, especially this week because apparently his album is dropping Christmas Day.
Yep.
Today we actually, as we're recording this, like an hour ago, he dropped his album cover, which is it'll be in the thumbnail to get clicks anyway. So yeah, we got some leaked features. Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, Post Malone, Kanye West. Yeah. So apparently a lot of
Pharrell produced production.
yep. Apparently a lot of cool.
Pharrell production. Yeah,
A lot of artists are gonna be on that album. I'm not the biggest Playboi Carti fan, but you know I'm gonna listen. First of all, I gotta listen
yeah.
for the sake of this podcast, and I like the featured artists. But yeah, other than that, Lil Uzi was in the news a little bit. We had he was talking about how he's gonna drop 2 albums next year, Love Is Rage 2, and one more I forgot the name of. He was also on Instagram Live, playing like 2 hours of unreleased songs. And apparently he's going back to his old ways, which, as you might know from before, me and Malcolm is the biggest fan of forcing rappers to go into their old ways because it never works.
Yeah.
It's never worked before, and I don't think it
Doesn't.
will. You gotta let rappers evolve. But yeah, I mean that covers the news over the last week. Let's be real here. There hasn't really been much. But do you think Playboi Carti will actually drop?
I think so. We saw the album cover, and then with leaked features. It's also Christmas at Friday too. I think
Makes sense, right?
I'm like in 90. I'm not 100%, but like 90% sure you're gonna drop. You see all those pictures you be taking with like kid. You saw a picture of Kid Cudi you had.
Yeah.
Um, I have a strong feeling he's gonna drop on Friday. I'm just hoping that the album. Honestly, I want the album to have good reception because it's been hyped up for so long. I
It's
remember
hard though.
seeing memes of people saying, yeah, people last year, like one thing that like drove me crazy was that people were, I think it was 2019. People were like, oh, the Playboi Carti album drought has me going insane. But he literally released an album the year before that. So I don't know, people were like over exaggerating. But
It's rough.
Playboi Carti fans are gonna eat that album up. But
Yeah, it'll sell a
so
lot.
yeah,
Hopefully it's okay. But yeah,
yeah,
that brings me to another thing. Like so many like albums have already been kind of like it's interesting when artists confirm their next album on their like album before, like how J Cole did the intro to the Fall Off on
yeah,
KOD, and now we're just waiting for that.
yeah,
And Drake already confirmed Certified Lover Boy like when Laugh Now Cry Later dropped a couple months ago, and Travis Scott confirmed like the title of his album Utopia a couple months ago. Like I always find it interesting when
yeah.
artists already confirm the title of their album like way before. Like we had the same
Mm.
thing with like Views by Drake. It's interesting when that happens
Yeah.
to me. It also builds hype, I guess, because we had it with Eternal Take as well.
Yeah, but also interesting, no singles. Okay, well, at least we don't know, as far as we know at this point, no singles. Well, actually, Atme which probably going to be on the album. We don't know. We don't. Well, it might be
I
on the
hope not.
album.
I hope not.
But if it isn't, like other than that, I can't think of any other singles that would be from Cardi's catalog recently that would be on the album. That's the one I think of because that's the one that dropped. It's a recent single that dropped. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean the road, like we also have, if the watch hockey, the World Junior starting on Christmas Day as well. It's gonna be an interesting day for a lot of people in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, yeah,
But yeah, I mean
it'll be interesting to see that.
yeah, that's really all it was that's really all there was in the news. Um,
Mm.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, but that's about it. Anyways, so for our Christmas themed episode, we decided, you know how Santa has his bad and good, naughty and nice list throughout the year. We decided to make our talk about kind of our own naughty and nice list throughout hip hop this year. So I actually wrote some down in my iPhone notes. So let me open that up. So first I'll do my nice list. Okay, so first person on my nice list, I had Lil Baby.
Yeah, and I mean, 100%. I mean, his album had a really good reception. He had a great single, "The Bigger Picture." He's done some great features. I think Lil Baby, in all honesty, had a phenomenal year, or a pretty damn good year, I should say, for music.
He did say it was his
and
turn,
he sort
right?
of solidified his name a bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he solidified his name a bit too, I think.
And like he does a lot of
especially for the trap genre too.
He does a lot of like charity work I've seen, and like some like he threw George Floyd's daughter a birthday party, which was really nice of him. One thing that's been in the news for him lately is apparently he's been cheating on his girlfriend a lot. And like he did the deed with popular actress Tiana Trump from a website that I don't know. I have no idea what website she's from, but yeah. I have no idea. But popular actress from what I've heard. I've never seen any of her work personally. Anyways, next on the nice list, I had Travis Scott. Honestly was kind of quiet in terms of music this year. Franchised the Scotts in the plan. A lot of brand deals, which was cool for him. Made a lot of money this year.
A lot.
Yeah, I know he does. I'm pretty sure all these rappers do charity work, but yeah, I just thought I'd throw him in there just because I feel like for him, especially, like, he hasn't really done anything negatively this year. He's been cool and I guess chilling. Next in my nice list, I had Drake. Drake, gave that assist to Lil Durk for his first #1 album. I thought not album single. But yeah, I thought Drake also had a lot of good singles this year. Like I like Pop Star, I liked Grease. Dark Lane demo tapes, not terrible. I thought it was alright. But yeah, Drake's had a solid year too. I put Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD also on my next list because they had phenomenal posthumous albums. Obviously,
I think Pop Smoke definitely too.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that they passed away, but we've discussed that a lot. But yeah. So surprisingly, on my nice list, I had Mario Judah. This is for a couple of reasons. I just think Mario Judah is a funny guy. Like I have no issue with him. I don't think he's really done. He's been pretty prominent lately. Like he's growing his brand of like he has such an interesting style of music, which is cool to see. It doesn't really pertain to what I listen to, but it's interesting to see like a rap kind of like metal rock star genre kind of thing all mixed together. Also by all accounts from what I've seen, he's just a funny, like genuine, just a laid back dude. I saw like his Genius interview and shit. Like I don't know. I think he's just a funny dude. He also did some shit with Playboi Carti recently, which was kind of funny. Where he released like his own version of Lotta Red with like 4 dumbass songs that he made, and then he had like Be Ya recently. I just think he's had a fun year. Overall. I think he has potential just because of like the dumb shit he does. Like people are gonna listen to him every now and then. But yeah. On my nice list, I also had Logic. Solely because I think it's cool that he stepped away from the rap game at the right time, to take care of his family. You don't always see rappers do that. But yeah, he also released a good album in his retirement, so that was cool. And surprisingly, the most surprising person on my nice list, I had Nav. Okay, and this wasn't for any of his music. Recently there's been a lot of political stuff going around in India, negatively. And he's been pretty vocal about that, which is important from a guy like him who does have a pretty big fan base, if I'm being honest. Malcolm, you have anybody else to add to the nice list this year?
So on my nice list this year, I would have more of an underground artist, but he goes by the name of Red Veil. He is a 16-year-old actually, and he made an album. So for those who don't know the situation, back in how he got like super popular, it was back I forget how long ago this was. It might have been September, October-ish. he released an album called Niagara, and so Shrek Knows Rap. Obviously, he's like good friends with him, so he was like posting music. People gave his album a listen, and I mean, I didn't really know, I didn't really pay attention like that before, but so it was Anthony Fantano had had it was on a stream, I'm pretty sure, and people were trying to get Fantano to listen to this album, and Fantano basically didn't want to give the kid a chance, and he listed I think a part of the song, and he was just shitting on the whole album, said he wasn't gonna listen to it, whatever. People got angry because the album is actually very, very good. One of my favorite songs, I would even put it in my top 10 albums of the year, I think. My favorite song was Grass. He flipped an Alicia Keys sample, and because he mixed, engineered, and produced the whole album himself too in his room, which is crazy to think about as well. 16 years old, he's younger than me and Nakash.
Yep.
And did all that and made an amazing project. I put in my nice list because he gained a huge following this year from all that. He's done a lot to for the underground hip hop community as well. He sort of put other artists on and stuff like that too. And I think he definitely would be. I would put him in my nice list for this year. Another artist I would put in my nice list for this year would be Denzel Curry. He's maybe more so early in the year he dropped his Unlocked tape, but he also had the Blood In Blood Out tape that he dropped, both phenomenal projects. And then he just sort of over the year he did a lot of features with a lot of other artists, a lot of less popular artists. For those who aren't familiar with the artist Naught, he I think there was a lot of Instagram meme pages that are reposting him, but then Curry actually had a feature with him as well. I thought that was really interesting.
Snot was the one where it was like this girl DM'd him on Instagram, right? And was like, totally
meet up.
And he sent her his booking info, right, with his manager. Yeah, that was cool. I remember that.
Yeah, and Denzel Curry had a feature with him on one of his songs. I think there's a lot of features, and working with other artists. I think definitely I would just put Denzel Curry on my nice list. He's also one of my favorite artists to listen to. Other artists on my nice, I guess, producer, I would put The Alchemist. He's grown to one of my favorite, probably my top 3 favorite producers ever.
Mm-hmm.
This year he's had some great collaborations with a lot of artists. So he had he got Grammy nominated with his album with Freddie Gibbs Alfredo.
Yeah.
I think just The Alchemist. I think everyone sort of recognizes he's a good producer, but he doesn't quite get that credit he should get. I think he should be given a lot more credit than he does get. But it is what it is. I think I think once if Freddie Gibbs were to win the Grammy, I mean even now that he's nominated, Alfredo, even though not as nominated, I think it's already going to create more recognition for The Alchemist. But if they were to win, I would definitely push that even further. And lastly, I would put the Griselda record label, them as a whole. I kind of want to group them all together. Again, the record label doesn't get enough appreciation, but this year they've dropped a lot of projects, a lot, young, maybe not as much as Youngboy. He drops a lot, but they've dropped a lot of projects this year. But the only difference between Griselda and Youngboy is that their projects are actually very good.
Youngboy, he announced another album already. I saw it on the rap Instagram page that he already said he's dropping another one. I'm sure it'll be great. But yeah. Interesting. You can see the contrast between how involved the ways me and Malachi are involved in the industry. You see him more on the indie kind of more aware side of rap, I guess. And I'm more of the mainstream trap hip hop. Might get played on the radio. The mainstream posted about rappers on Instagram. You don't really see rappers Malachi listens to posted on mainstream Instagram hip hop pages, I guess. But I think it's good.
But I like that. Yeah. How we both do that. Yeah.
I think it brings a good two sides to the podcast. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good nice list. Now my naughty list only has 4 people. I'm sure you could add to it. Number 1 on the naughty list is 6ix9ine. I think we know why. 6ix9ine is just he dropped a shitty album, a bunch of shitty singles. He's basically a sexual predator. But yeah, 6ix9ine.
Well, he is not even basically he is.
And he also, I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of him for snitching because I guess I've never been in that situation. You never know if he might crack. Everyone wants to say they wouldn't crack, but hey, man, if you're facing life in prison, you might want it out. But we'll get to that actually.
But the same people saying, "Oh yeah, I would never switch on my bro," is probably folded in the principal's office.
That's what I'm saying.
So, no.
Second person on my naughty list is the boy Tory Lanez. I made Sable on our podcast. For some reason, he ends up in every episode. I don't know how. I don't know why. Apparently, we still don't know if it's confirmed, but he shot Megan Thee Stallion. That's going back and forth. But yeah, I mean, he also tried to drop an album to like gaslight her, and like I don't know, the album was okay, but yeah, Tory Lanez on my naughty list. Also, his new Toronto 3 album wasn't really that amazing either, I thought. Third on my naughty list is Playboi Carti. Shit feature on Pay 1993, possibly the worst thing I've ever heard. At was also a terrible single. Don't try and tell me it was good. Don't try and tell me it was good. Also he's kind of like done nothing this year. But I guess maybe this album could change it. And last on my naughty list is Chance the Rapper, who we talked about I think last episode. Or the episode before that, I don't remember. But
that was my episode before, yeah.
But yeah, you know what he did. He basically duped his own manager. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like other things that happened this year. I mean, you could say Kanye, because he's done some weird political shit. But he's Kanye. I don't know. Who else would you add to this year's naughty list for hip hop? Oh, hold on. One more.
My naughty. Oh.
One more. I want to add hip hop Twitter to the naughty list, the entirety of it, especially people that get their music opinions from Anthony Fantano. If you're basing your opinion off of what someone else entirely said, like, I don't like this album because this guy said it was bad. Make your own opinion, please. Listen to the album yourself. Fantano is a great reviewer. He knows what he's doing. It's his work, but you don't have to choose whether you like someone or not based on what he says.
Yeah, and it's also like he's gonna have his. What I don't understand, like people get mad when he has an opinion on an album that isn't good. Like you just listen to the album yourself and form your own opinion. Like that's just the logical answer.
Fantano's really good at his job. Like I'm not gonna discredit that, but I just disagree with him, and that's fine. We're our own humans with our own brains. We formulate our own opinions. So please don't make your opinion based on what someone else said. Do your own kind of research into it. But yeah, who would you ask to the naughty list this year?
Yeah. Well, going kind of what you said, like my naughty is kind of the same. Obviously, Chance the Rapper, what he did was stupid, and it showed in his album. I guess at least the reception of it. I actually listened to it myself.
I haven't listened to it.
The reception was awful. Yeah, Tory Lanez as well. Now I want to add to the hip hop Twitter part, but I want to say Punch from the head of TDE. I'm putting him on the naughty list because none of them dropped this year, or at least dropped an album. At least none of the main artists. Well, Reason did. Actually, that's a lie. Reason did drop an album, but it was his debut album, and it was very good, very very good. But no Kendrick album, no Q album, no SZA album, no I'm putting him on the naughty list just because none of his main artists have dropped anything this year, and we need their music. Okay?
There's only but one more Friday left.
Yeah, like I mean, hey, 2021 soon, anyways. But what I want to add on to the hip hop Twitter part was that there was a few tweets I want to talk about how people will listen to, or they listen to an album, or that's a lie. Like they'll form their opinion off album based off the reception of it already, as opposed to and then sort of that's how they base it. I know a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, it's like I think like they see a negative reception and they go into it with a negative reception. So they're like, so this is the first song, you're like, oh, he just proved my point, like he's bad already. But like you have to try and go into like any artist or any album kind of like with just your own point of view. kind of disregarding prior projects. Just look at it from like a fresh eye. I think is what's important. Like
It's so important.
we saw that with the No Pressure album because Logic dropped a dookie ass album prior, but if you look at it, I always feel the difference between objective and subjective. Subjective is like your own opinion, right?
Subjective is basically your own opinion. Objective would be like you could find factual things in it to prove. Kind of like sports. Sports is a mix of both. Like I would say, sports and music is a mix of both. But if you were to put it on like a spectrum, sports is further towards objective because you have stats, while music is closer to subject because you have opinions. But then they're both not like fully one or the other. It's like a mix of both.
Music is almost like 95% opinion based. Whether you like it or not. Like I hate metal music. I hate country music. But like people like it, so it's a difference of opinion. I'm also not gonna say it's fucking trash. I just don't like it. It is what it is. People like what they like and don't like what they don't like. Essentially.
Yeah. And one more thing I want to talk about was there's a really interesting tweet talking about how it was this guy basically complaining. Someone said there has never been a 10 out of 10 trap album, right? And someone replied with it saying, yes, there has, whatever, right? And then the person said, there can't be a 10 out of 10 trap album because trap isn't good compared to other genres of hip hop.
Yeah, see,
right?
that's the issue. Like, what?
Yeah, but then what was interesting about the whole the main tweet was that if you look at every genre of music the same, you're never gonna, or if you rank every genre of music the same, you're never gonna truly enjoy the music.
It's different.
Right? Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, because trap, I would never look at like that's why I don't like people compare artists like Young Thug with Eminem, for instance, right? Because it doesn't make sense. They're two completely different realms of hip hop.
I guess sometimes when it comes down to it, you kind of have to like, if you're comparing body of work, overall, because you can compare the similarities between the genres. Like body of work is the same content. You can compare production, lyricism. Is a little hard to compare there, but like just like content production, how like just overall how good the song is. Like you can have songs that are bad in one genre and good in another genre, kind of thing. Like a song might be really good in rock music, but someone might not just like it because they're into trap music, right? It's all what you like.
Yeah, and every genre of music sort of has different things that make it good. Like for example, trap usually what makes it what will put it above other genres is production is usually a lot better. I mean, not always the case, but that's the first thing that stands out with trap.
Also, trap is pretty broad. Like if we look into it, like so many of these artists that are trap artists are different from other trap artists. It's really interesting.
Yeah, but also with trap too, like you can't rank it. I don't know some people rank lyricism trap because that's never a focus in trap music. So putting a lyrical like sense to it doesn't make sense because it's never like that.
You look at different artists and different genres for different things for what you like. If you're trying to get lit at a party, Travis Scott. If you're just chilling, 3:00 at night, it's you're in your own thoughts, Frank Ocean, right? If you're trying to like get real with yourself, Kendrick or J. Cole, right? Everyone has different music for different moods or different times or what you like. It just all depends, and it all can be good. Like it all can be good. You don't have to always compare. But just to wrap this up, if we're talking about a 10 out of 10 trap album, Travis Scott's Rodeo is 10 out of 10. That's not up for dispute. But anyway, that I think that pretty much wraps up. I mean, you could dive so much into hip hop Twitter about the dumb shit people say. Like people that blindly.
I saw one. Yeah. There was one. Someone said they weren't gonna listen to the album because the guy was smiling in the cover or something. I was like, "What?" Like it didn't. It was so stupid.
Yeah, like what, bro? My favorite things on hip hop Twitter. Okay, recently, one I saw was this Taylor Swift stan, being like, who's better, Kid Cudi or Taylor Swift, and like it was Kid Cudi winning easily, and then she put like a thread where it was like, all right, let's do like an actual vote to prove Taylor Swift is better. And then Kid Cudi obviously won again. The same thing happened with Lil Baby and Megan Thee Stallion. It is what it is. Like hip hop Twitter is such an interesting place. Also, people blindly support rappers without listening. Like, I don't know how you go to like Nav posting an album and then type best album of the year when it's like, no, just no.
It's like no, like
Nah.
no.
But yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps up our naughty and nice lists. To be honest with y'all, this is probably gonna be a short episode. We only have like one more thing to cover. But adding to my nice list, I want to throw our boy Sean C in there. My favorite music YouTuber.
Oh yeah, Sean C's a goat.
My favorite music YouTuber by far. Sean C is very like aware. He also like listens to everything, so you're getting a good mix.
He listens to a lot of music. It's great. Like the amount of music he listens to a lot. Like I could never. Like my favorite. He's probably my second favorite. My favorite is probably Miami, but. Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Sean C, bro. I don't know how you can make a top 50 albums list, like, at any point. You have to listen. You have to listen.
1 year. In 1 year.
First of all, you have to listen to each album, and you can't make a list based on listening to the album once. You have to listen to it 4, 5, 6 times before you get a true feel for how good an album is and how it flows. So shout out the boy Sean C. He's also pretty funny. So that's why I like watching his content too. Like it's not like Fantano was kind of like. I feel like he's more of a boring reviewer, compared to Sean C. But both spectacular at their jobs. I watch both of them. But one thing we wanted to get into was a tweet on Twitter. A tweet on Twitter. Well, obviously, like what the fuck. That we wanted to talk about. Trying to find it. So this
What's
guy
the one with Sean C talking about?
This guy tweeted, why is 90% of hip-hop Twitter white with black rappers as their, like, profile picture? So basically he's saying, like, why are you not colored with a colored rapper as your profile picture? I think you might have a better, position on this than I would.
Well, to be honest, not really. Like, I've never understood that. To me, I feel like a lot of, it's hard to say. Like, you can admire an art, like you can admire an artist regardless, or like some people have like Pokemon as their thing, right, as their avi, but they're not. But I mean that might be a weird comparison, but like there are probably some people that use like a black rapper as their avi to mask something. Then again, some people just do it as admiration. Like you know, there's white people that admire Kendrick to an amazing level, right?
Yeah.
So it really just does depend.
My profile picture, like 11 out of 12 months, is Travis Scott, and I'm not trying to act. I'm not trying to say that I'm black. That's not me. And
yeah. I think, you understand that you're not, and that's why you have the understanding, right? Some people don't.
Yeah. Like they like make their profile picture like a rapper, so you can hide and then say like racial shit, so like. People won't know that you're white, or like, not able to like use such words, and I think like that brought me to another point. But like just quickly, I feel like people are like I don't know if that's gatekeeping. Like, are you gatekeeping like an entire race of rappers? And if we're being honest, in hip hop, the prominence is black rappers. Let's be real, right? So it's kind of hard. I don't think it's not necessarily gatekeeping. Like, also you could say it's cultural appropriation, right? You don't really know. But in my personal opinion, which shouldn't matter too much because I'm not of African American descent, or black or any of that. I'm just a brown guy on the sidelines. But I just think if you like the rapper and you praise them a lot, you listen to their music a lot, you understand it. Fuck it. Use them as your profile picture, Show your fandom. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you use their, as Malachi said, is when you use their face to mask your personality and who you are in real life. I think that's the main issue.
Because I also think some people, like, remember, like I said, hip hop's like majority, like it's a majority black.
Mm-hmm.
And some people might, like people that might be white, people that be a different race than black, might feel almost they don't associate. How do I word this? Like, because hip hop is something they're very invested into, but they're not black. They might at some place feel out of place with the genre because they're themselves aren't black. I don't know if that people necessarily do relate to that, but that's something I could see happening.
Yeah.
So which is why they would use a black Abby, a black rapper as their Abby to sort of make them feel some with the sort of community, I guess.
Yeah. Just to wrap this episode up, pretty short one for y'all. I think it's only like gonna be like 30 minutes long or some shit. But can we get a time check, Malachi? What's it saying?
Let me see this here. What the heck? Wait, hold on. I can't. My thing's in the way. Hold on. What the hell?
Nice. Very cool.
It should show me time, but it's like my thing at the bottom's in the way. I can't see the time.
Alright, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Thanks a lot, buddy. Right. Anyway. Just wrap up. One thing I wanted to touch on was we talked about this in another episode, but I just wanted to say this. The problem is fans getting too involved with rappers. Like, you are not a part of their gang. Their ops aren't your ops. You live most of the time you're just a guy listening to their music. And they don't even know you, bro. So don't be out here trying to like,
defend them so hard over little things. Don't be out here trying to like just get offended over things that involve them.
Bro, I don't listen to this guy because my favorite rapper beef with him. Like, imagine being a Drake fan and not listening to Pusha T. You're missing out on so much music. Or like imagine being a Kanye fan and not listening to Drake. You're missing out on so much music. Don't be a fucking idiot. Listen to whoever you want to, because the rappers don't care. Okay, they don't know you. So relax. Listen to whoever you want. Expand your taste. But yeah, Malachi, do you want to say anything on that subject?
Yeah. I like I said, I've always like about artists I've listened to. I used to defend them a lot more because like I've always had just my homies just always just roast me for no reason, but never like with Logic. Like I would have like you know like people like roast us about Logic for no reason, but never actually listen to his music. Mm-hmm. And it's just annoying, but that's a different type of annoying because we know that he has very good music that they just never listen to, but they just know him from the memes that, and that's why it was more frustrating. But then I got to a point where like, yeah, I don't need to defend him anymore. It's whatever. Like he doesn't know. I just listen to music at school.
He doesn't know me. Like if I defend him, he's not gonna like send me an autographed vinyl. So like just let it go. Yeah. I think. So I just think overall people need to chill. But yeah. I mean, if you can relate. Like genuinely relate to their experiences, and like I guess like that's a different instance because like you're resonating with them, so I feel like that's okay. But like I grew up in like the suburbs, like upper middle class kind of thing. Like I'm not out here talking about like how I have like straps and guns and like I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm like I have ops like and shit, bro. I don't have any ops. I'm just chilling in my room with my PlayStation and my iPhone 11. So I have nothing to really, like, be like rapping about or like, bro, gangster rap is cool. I'm interested in your story, but I don't think people need to act like, they're about that life when you have like a 3,000 square foot house, and you like, unless like you can also look at it another way. Like a lot of people grew up in that life, right, and now they're living the nicer kind of life, which honestly you should be proud of. I think that's very good. But like, bro, if you yourself personally, since you were like a child, grew up in like a nice suburban neighborhood, or like you have a nice house, or like, please don't get into gang banging. You don't need to do that. There's no point. Just enjoy the music. If you listen to Pop Smoke talking about pulling up on people with guns and straps, that's cool. But you don't have to act like you do that, because frankly, the artist doesn't care. And we don't care. That's just my thoughts. Yeah. I know it sounds kind of condescending, but I just thought I'd say it.
Yeah. So I mean, to basically wrap it up, there's just two more things I want to touch on. Number one, we still have our I say weekly, but the Microphone playlist that we have. We kind of update it as we go.
The description.
So for our next episode, we're actually going to, because it's going to be the end of the year soon, we're going to 2021, obviously 2020, a long year, finally kind of over.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like 27 months in 2020 feels like, but we're
Not
gonna
everything was
actually
bad.
do like our favorite albums of the year, favorite songs of the year,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even like awards, like awards of the year, what we would hand rappers certain, what we give rappers certain awards and stuff like that for next episode. So stay tuned for that. And one thing I want to touch on is deluxe albums quickly.
Oh
I
yeah.
just want if for anyone watching on YouTube, just comment below like your favorite deluxe, like favorite album that had a deluxe installment, like which is your favorite, like when it came to deluxe.
Yep.
The reason why I want to bring this up is because I saw on Twitter again recently people talking about how deluxe album, there's whole deluxe albums, whatever, right? And it was really interesting because people say deluxe albums should deluxe albums make a new make the album a different experience within those like few tracks added, like or should like you look at Lil Uzi Vert when he dropped. So he had Eternal Take, and he had I think it was Lil Uzi versus the World 2, right? But that was considered a deluxe kind of.
I think the thing with Lil Uzi, Love vs. Rage 2 is people kind of saw it as like, kind of like more of like a compilation, where like it was like a couple of leaks I know were thrown in there and a bunch of shit. So like, and like all the features were on that side of the album. So I think if you're trying to go for like a concept album, right, and like, cause Eternal Take is supposed to like flow right from like top to bottom, when you drop a deluxe, I don't think it has to be with the experience or change the experience. Like it can be just they're just like bonus songs. Like you had them, and you wanted to let your fans listen to them. I don't think it has to necessarily add to the experience because the experience is the album that was dropped at the time. That's what I think.
That's true too. That's true too. But that's actually a good point. Like deluxe, it can just be just a few. But I mean, obviously artists do it for like a money grab because if the albums are already selling a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're hearing Kid Cudi might release a deluxe or Man on the Moon 3, sorry. And I mean, obviously, the album sold a lot first week. It was like what 120 something or 130. I can't remember. It was like over. Yeah, it was over 100. It was like well over 100K first week, and so obviously he drops a deluxe. That's a lot more money already right there.
And also, in the deluxe, you probably see a lot more features. Because there was only like, you had Skepta, Pop Smoke, Phoebe Bridges, and Trippie Redd. So, on the deluxe, you'll probably get more features. But just some like random shit he did. Like I don't think a deluxe has to be anything special.
Yeah, and then like Amine's album was really really interesting. Never talked about this on the episode. Me and Nick actually talked about this before we started recording. Amine's album, he dropped deluxe for it, and I actually liked the deluxe songs, but it sounded so different from the original album. Like it was so weird.
I don't think it has to sound the same at all.
It sounded so different.
Yeah, I don't think it has to. Yeah. I don't have to go with the album. Like it's bonus tracks. Like they're bonus stuff.
Yeah.
It's stuff that isn't supposed to fit the album like at all. We've seen that with like a lot of rappers that drop deluxes. Like they're just bonus tracks. Like they're extras that the rapper was like, hey, you like me, listen to these songs. I think that's my thoughts on the deluxe.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I want to say about deluxe albums. Like I said, comment below your favorite deluxe installments. I'm interested. There's been some really good ones that we got this year.
Yep.
Some really bad. I don't want to say bad, but some really like weird ones. Kind of like we look at Future and Uzi's deluxe. They dropped like 24 tracks, and I literally like there's only 3 from out of those 24 songs that I enjoyed.
And they're all at the top of the album.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Just to wrap up here. Just to wrap up here. We want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Maybe I think we might do our top 10 albums after the new year. We'll see how the scheduling works.
We'll see, yeah.
But if we don't see you then, hope you guys had it's been an okay year for us. We started this, which was cool. It was kind of like a spur of the moment thing, and we're glad that you guys came along the journey with us. We've been growing the podcast it's a little bit. It's really good to see like hard work actually paying off, I guess. We have a couple of viewers, mostly our friends, but that's fine too. So we just want to thank you all for a good year in 2020. It's been a hard year for everyone. So we just hope everyone found a little bit of an hour of enjoyment every time you listen to us, or 45 minutes or whatever. So with that being said, comment below what you guys are asking for Christmas. Much love to all your families. Much love to everyone that's listening. So just to wrap up, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a good week, everybody. Eat your cookies and enjoy your milk. Peace out.
And follow us on our socials. Check out the playlist and
all in the description.
have a good Christmas.
Goodbye, everyone. Here's to 2021.